everybody, Lindsay here, and this is my review for A Working Man. Yes, I went and saw the latest David Ayer, Jason Statham, Sylvester Stallone partnership, A Working Man. The last movie I saw with Jason Statham and David Ayer doing the directing was The Beekeeper, and I had a lot of fun with The Beekeeper. I liked The Beekeeper. I'm very excited for The Beekeeper 2, which has been announced, but I haven't heard anything lately. But getting back to A Working Man. The basic storyline is Jason Statham is a working man. He works construction for this family, and this family is a mother, father, played by Michael Pena, who is wasted in this movie, in my opinion. He's wasted. They don't do much with him. They have a daughter, and she goes out one night to celebrate the first semester of college that she's gotten through. And she gets human trafficked, and the family begs Jason Statham, who we kind of get the feeling did like a lot of joint US-British missions in some kind of war field, in some kind of war theater. He has experience. And they beg him and give him lots of money to go and find their daughter. And that's the story. It's a pretty run-of-the-mill action movie. You know, guy on a rampage looking for a person, working his way up the food chain to figure out who took this girl. It has some great fight scenes. There's one fight scene in a biker bar that is probably the best fight scene of the movie. We get a lot of weirdo club parties with gangsters kind of milling about with hot chicks, dressing very flashy. A lot of Russian gangsters in this movie. It also has David Harbour in it, who isn't wasted as much as Michael Pena. His character is pretty interesting. He's a war buddy of Jason Statham, and he's blind, and he has some fun lines. He is a fun character. I wish they would have utilized him a little more. I wasn't really gung-ho about this movie after seeing it. Like I said, it's very generic, run-of-the-mill, but there's a lot of issues with this movie that could have been so much better. Just by action movie standards, I was very frustrated with some of the things that were going on in this movie. First and foremost, Jason Statham wastes a lot of time while this girl is being human trafficked. I mean, anything could happen to her. And I don't know how many days this takes over, this action takes place over, because they aren't really, it could be 4 days, it could be a month. You can't really tell because there's no ticking clock. I'm gonna compare this movie a lot to Commando because it has similar themes. You know, girl gets kidnapped, guy goes after to rescue girl kind of thing. And why Commando works so well and this movie does not. In Commando, we have a ticking clock because John Matrix, Arnold Schwarzenegger, has the watch on his wrist. He sets the time. He's like, I have this long to figure out where they took my daughter, to get there and to rescue her before they kill her. So we have a ticking clock, okay? In this one, there is no ticking clock. We don't know really what they're gonna do with this chick, what's gonna happen to her, where she is, what the grand scheme is of them taking this girl, except this one guy wants her, and then he doesn't want her, and then he wants her again. It's very confusing. It's a bit messy. And again, Jason Statham wastes so much time. Like, first he doesn't even want to do it. He's like, no, that's not me anymore, because he's trying to get custody of his daughter, but the daughter's grandfather who has custody is like, no, violence follows you everywhere. So he doesn't want to be going chasing after Russian gangsters and pew-pewing all over the place while he's trying to get custody of his daughter. But then he changes his mind. So we waste time there. And then he goes and wastes time with David Harbour talking about the old days, drinking some tea. And it's like, TikTok, motherfucker, you don't know what's going on with this girl or what's happening to her right now or what they're doing to her. What are you doing? You're wasting so much time. And then he's setting up drug deals and then throwing the drugs away and setting up bigger drug deals and throwing those drugs away. And I understand he's working his way through the food chain to try to find the big fish, but oh my God, some expediency would be appreciated. Especially by the girl, I would assume. In Commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't even take time to change his fucking clothes. He's that dedicated to the cause. He's like, I need to find my daughter. I don't have time for anything else. Anything else. Meanwhile, Jason Statham is hooking up like surveillance equipment across from a bar and outside an apartment. He's buying suits. He's getting fitted for suits. And the other thing where this movie really fails, and the big butt that I had with The Beekeeper and a lot of action movies these days, is what happened to villains? What happened to great action movie villains? Like, speaking of Commando, where would John Matrix be without Bennett to play off of? What would Die Hard be without Hans Gruber? The villain in action movies is just as important, sometimes even more important than our hero. They have to have personality, they have to have panache, they have to grab you and make you almost like wanna like them, but not. It's like, give us a good, meaty, interesting villain that has some kind of aura about them that makes us want to care about their downfall, that maybe the hero might not triumph in the end. Make villains great again, please. But like I said, there's some fun action scenes in this movie. There's a lot of really weird set pieces. I was disappointed with this one. I was hoping, you know, they'd just keep bumping it up after Beekeeper, but Stallone wrote this and it's based on a book. So you can kind of see his fingerprints on some of it, especially with the, oh, remember the old days when we were in the war kind of stuff. He likes to do that in his movies now, which is fine, but it's just, let's go, let's stop wasting time. Nothing's happening. This is boring. We came here for action. Give us some action and give us a good fucking villain next time, please. Give us a good villain. But that's gonna do it for this little review. I don't know if this was a review or a rant. I don't know. You tell me in the comments. What do you think? What do you think about the state of action movies right now and villains in action movies? I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. So please leave it below in the comments. But as for this little video, that's gonna do it. So until next time, this is Lindsay signing off. I'll check you later.